I sit in the darkness behind lids of flesh. There is no time, only space. An impossibly massive void, frigid and suffocating. I reach out and see Ithru, a ghastly mirage which can only be my body. But I do not know. I cannot see. I cannot see. There is no remorse, no pity. Only a ceaseless crushing weight and a separation of body and spirit, like the event horizon of a hole deep in a black sky. Around me are remnants of life, echoes of the times, faint whispers, mirages of a past story, like eyelids barely cracked. In the midst of the void there lies an ancient table. I can recognize engravings. 2 paths, just 2. One exuded a calm, warm, loving aura, absolute tranquility. The other was that of an inescapable despair. Its aura was crushing, all-enveloping, freezing. A vicious soul storm raged between the two. Eyes nearly open, I recognize a figure, a boy, a young man, pale, weak, and shaking. He's resting in a warm throne. His body is so scarred, stretched thin, hollow. It was his eyes, though. His eyes were tremendous. They carried unfathomable power. His stare so intense, so proud, so holy. Infinity resided in his gaze. His sight was that of the universe. I could feel his heart, his voice, a Thu'um so massive, yet it filled me with a calm. To hear, but not hear, his presence echoed through the void as light breaks the dawn. Eyes wide open, I recognize a figure, cloaked in a black cowl, immense, distorted, horrifying, frigid, terror-inducing, engulfing. He was the void, its entirety. He was all, everything. I see now, I see him. His stare is suffering, foretelling, worse than hell, a god of death. All light fell around him, consumed by his aura. There was no hope. Soul exertion. I see clearly now. This void, this ancient table, these paths, the boy and the figure. Both paths now glow. The boy with a blinding light, and the horrid figure with a suffocating darkness. I feel as if I'm ablaze and freezing. I'm in the middle of a storm, in the core, surrounded by an immense, pounding force. A war is raging. Within an instant the boy's aura fades, and I feel him cry out. The cloaked figure's presence becomes dominant. No warmth, no light. The boy's eyes, once so astounding, are now dim and closing. The horrible figure rises from the end of the table, slamming its massive hand upon the boy's path. A nova of chaos, of hopelessness explodes through the void. The boy collapses in his chair. I see tears roll down his cheek. He looks up once more and smiles, then collapses. I hear his final breath. At the end of the table, the figure stands, his gaze still on the boy. He slowly begins to remove his cowl, his veil. An eternity comes and goes. And suddenly I see, neath the void, neath the cloak, and it all makes sense. It was the boy, all